So this is DJ's shop and Poppy's garage actually, and that's my truck, and this is his 2026 Scat Pack, and then his 1960 Cadillac, and then we'll go in his shop here in a second. We've had a bit.
Toy hauler truck and the trailer that I bring cars home on.
Oh, okay. F-250?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're working on this one currently. It's a 65 Chevy Malibu?
Yes. It's kind of getting cloned into a Malibu SS.
Okay.
Originally it was a 6-cylinder car, but it's now got a nice little 327 in it. Beautiful body, all the chrome done, and chassis been powder coated, motor's all freshened up. I'm just getting the interior done and getting ready to start on the convertible top. I bought this car as a frame off and had to actually put the body back on the frame and build the frame. I'm in the process of finishing up the interior now. I got the carpet, the console, and all the dashes done. And I'm just working on the top and the windows and steering. But it's got vintage air, disc brakes, it's got the power booster and the aluminum radiator and fans. And it's in the process. I'm still waiting on one inner fender before I can finish putting everything else back together.
Okay.
Got a fender over there and some more parts over there to go on it.
Yes. There's your seats. Mm-hmm. And what's amazing is this was considered a mid-sized car back in the day.
That's correct. Now it's basically a compact car, I think.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
Yeah. And
you have the vintage air here, and you also have it in your 60 Cadillac.
Correct. It's an under dash unit in the Cadillac, where this is it's in dash, but
yes.
It's got under dash vents. But yeah, pretty much the same setup.
And you mentioned the frame. This is a different frame. Was the original frame was rusted? Is this original?
No, this is the original frame that was in the car.
Oh, okay.
But he removed it and had it powder coated, sandblasted powder coated while they were doing the body on a rotisserie.
Okay.
Well, his buddy of his, I guess, had a frame off of a 65 that was in a rolling form. So when that body was done before the chassis, they went ahead and just set it on that rusty old frame.
Yeah.
And that's how I bought it. And the guy said, oh, by the way, there's the frame that goes with the car. It's all powder coated, ready to go. You just have to put it together and put the car back on it. So
yes.
I brought it home and lifted it up, got rid of the old frame, built the new one, and put it back together. So I'm in the process of finishing it up now. It's pretty loud. It's got no exhaust on it at the moment, and I'm waiting on get the fenders and stuff done before I go get the exhaust done. But
yeah.
I'll give you a little sample of how it sounds. Hold your ears.
Yes. Yeah, that's loud.
They're always loud when there's no exhaust on.
Yeah. And 327, what a great motor.
It sounds pretty gnarly, but it's probably pretty mild once I get it all tamed down, the exhaust and
yeah.
everything on it. At least I hope it is. I really didn't want a race car.
That's beautiful, though. And was it originally this color?
No, it was green.
Green.
A green interior.
Okay.
And it was a 6-cylinder car originally. Now it's a V8.
Yeah.
I put a tack in place of where the clock was in the middle.
Okay.
Redid the gauges, all new wiring, new dash panels, new radios, an aftermarket USA 3rd radio, and resourced a bunch of parts for it. But it's getting there. And then the car, the paint was absolutely beautiful on it. And then the trunk, re-spackle painted all the trunk and been doing the wiring and so forth. So.
Boy.
Sort of getting a spare put in it. The trunk pretty well done.
And so you are retired. You were a mechanic. Mm-hmm. You're retired, and you do this as a hobby. You'll find a vehicle.
Ever since I worked for a dealership, and then in 2008 I quit the dealership and started my own business, just auto repair, working on everyday cars. But I always had a spot in the back of the shop for a toy that I played with. So between working at home when I was at the dealership and then working in the back of my own shop on just project cars, I tried to buy cars that somebody started on. And for some reason or other, they're ready to bail on it. Either they get a divorce, kids in college, or don't have the money, or who knows what. A lot of projects stall because people buy all the parts and get the paint done, and they don't know how to put them together. And then life takes over and they gotta sell it. And that's kind of the way I bought this one. He had it all painted, and then he didn't know how to put it together, or didn't want to, or who knows what. But
Yeah.
I bought it in this form, and I take them from there. Currently, I've done probably 110 cars.
Holy
since
cow.
about 2006. And since I've been here, we just now coming up to 4 years here. I've had the shop built for 3, and this was car number 12 since I've
Wow.
been here. So I don't mess around. I like getting them done.
Yeah.
My wife's kind of upset because she feels like I live out here. There's no heat, no air conditioning. She says she's got to kind of calm me down somehow. When
Yeah.
it's too cold or too hot, I can't be out here anyways.
Yeah.
But I love to be out here. This is my home away from home. As you can read my shirt.
Yeah.
That's pretty fitting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Even went in the house once.
I'm just going to take a quick spin around the shop. And you've got the Grinch.
Yeah, I got a little man cave area over here.
Yeah.
That hood is actually from my shop. When I retired, we had a party at the last day, and all my customers were invited to come in and have hot dogs and say goodbye and sign my hood.
Oh, wow.
That's a '68 Camaro hood that I got donated to me by a customer, and all my good customers came in and signed it.
That is cool.
Yeah, and this is just my wall of some of the cars I've done and kids and their cars and so on. This is actually my grandfather. He used to race midgets.
Cool.
Lynn Meyer. It was Meyer Construction Company. He owned
Yeah.
a concrete company, and he used to race midgets. And I got that from my dad years and years ago before he died.
And that would have been in
I
Illinois.
just save stuff like that, and I know one day when I have a man cave, I'm going to display some of this.
Yeah.
stuff. And so that it was.
And you got some old license plates,
Yeah.
1925, 21.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. Some pictures of my old shop over there, and my first Model A that I restored is up there.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of interesting. I've even got a picture next to the hood of a '57 Chevy. It's baby blue. You can go over there and see it. See that '57 Chevy?
Oh, yeah.
Polaroid.
Yeah.
Well, that was my very first car when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
Me and my son wrestling. These were their high school cars when we bought them.
Very, very cool.
This was my first Pantera. It was my love of my life. I had me and my daughter flew out to North Carolina and brought it home.
Yeah.
And had a blast. She drove it home quite a bit, and I had that car for about 3 years. But they were getting ready to go to college, and that car was taking too much of our finances. The wife said,
Yeah.
"It's got to go." So it took a hike.
Well, it helped pay for college.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, DJ.
Sure.
Thanks for showing us around
My pleasure.
and letting us shoot your beautiful cars.